Hello, my name is Danny. I am in the process of moving out, hence why the background of this vlog is pretty sparse and barren, so I apologize if any of you wanted to see a background that is more exciting. Today I'm going to talk about some examples of sound and editing that I found interesting in the film One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. This film was nominated for Best Score and Best Film Editing, so I think it's a good example of a film to use if I'm going to talk about sound and editing. In the sound department, one of the examples of sound that I found interesting is how the film crew utilized the architecture of the hospital that was used in the film and utilizing the echo that this architecture of this building had, where they didn't have to create anything in the studio, they could just use the echo of this building. And I thought that was really interesting. Another example that I found fascinating was the heightened sound with everyday things in this hospital, such as keys jangling and nurses putting pills into cups, that was heightened more than like the ear would hear, but it was heightened to kind of drive this metaphor. At least I would like to think that it was heightened to drive this metaphor of pills and keys home, whatever you want that metaphor to be. Music is another thing that was important in the film. The example of music that I found to be the most interesting was the use of the same piece of music in the opening and closing shot of the film, which I thought was a very interesting bookend and a really fascinating way to use music in the film. Let's move on to editing. There were some very interesting use of POV shots. For example, Randall, when he's at the basketball court, possibly plotting how he's going to get out. There are POV shots of him looking through the fence and then up to the top of the fence and then back down to the basketball court. There's another POV shot, or I think it's a POV shot, of Bromden looking up at the top window and Nurse Ratched glaring down, showing this kind of power struggle that's going on. There is also use of montage editing with the bus when they're on their way to go on their crazy fishing adventure. There is these kind of short shots showing their journey to this adventure that they're going to have. So that's a prime example of montage. About 70% of the way through the film is one of the most powerful use of editing two shots together that I saw in the movie, and that is Randall and Bromden having dialogue talking about how they're going to run away to Canada and things are better, and then through editing, the very next shot is Cheswick completely knocked out on the gurney, which through the power of editing kind of creates this foreshadowing effect of what's going to happen. So spoiler alert if you haven't seen the film. I guess that's a spoiler alert, so sorry. Well, that's what I wanted to talk about today with film and editing. I hope you have a great summer. Bye.